What if the biggest realization of your entire life is that you've never truly known yourself until now? Hello, I'm Dr. Tarryn McCarthy, and welcome to the Business of Happiness. Welcome. What a phenomenal day this is going to be. This is so exciting to be here with you today. And let me just start the episode by thanking you again, because I know you don't hear this often enough. Thank you. Thank you for all that you do. And just allow yourself to receive that, because I am sending you gratitude from my heart and from all the people you serve. Thank you for the incredible team that you provide jobs for on a daily basis. I mean, all those women and a few really great men are relying on you for their income, and you are amazing to provide it. You are amazing to provide resources for them to support their families. You're creating jobs in this world. Thank you. And let me also thank you from your patients, because they're coming into your office scared, overwhelmed, unsure of what's happening next, and you hold space and time for them every day. Really working with, can we just realize this for a moment? Sharp objects in moving people's mouths. I think we underestimate what we do in this world. It's incredible. And you hold some conversational banter and a safe space for them, and really care about the environment they come into, are really thoughtful about communication with them, about how you hold space for them so that they can feel safe to open their mouths to you. You're doing amazing. And you're still adulting. You're still humaning in this life. You're still showing up for the people around you. So thank you. Thank you for giving so much and for caring so much. Please hear this. Receive this gratitude, because patients are sometimes so scared and overwhelmed in themselves. They're in pain. They're fearful of the financial obligation of this procedure. They're fearful of what you might be thinking of them. Do you know how much shame patients come with into your office? And they're so in their own heads that they don't always have the wherewithal or the bandwidth to say thank you. So hear this, thank you. The same goes for your team. Many of them are just struggling to hold it all together financially, struggling to hold all the pieces of their lives together, navigating childcare, navigating dying parents, navigating not so nice boyfriends. So know that even if they don't say thank you on a regular basis or express their gratitude the way that you love to receive it, recognize it is an incredible service that you're doing. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And maybe you've come to this point in your life and you're beginning to realize that this isn't enough, that there might be something more that you're not paying attention to, that this isn't fulfilling, that this isn't fueling, that this isn't providing you the enormous satisfaction that you really hoped you would get out of this profession, that you recognize, okay, Tarryn, it feels really good to hear you say thank you, and I appreciate it. But how do I feel that worthiness and that value and that importance and impact in the world on a regular basis? When I wake up in the morning and I think, gosh, there's got to be more than this, more than just getting up, going to work, doing it all over again, coming home, crashing into bed and waking up the next morning and doing it all over again, and dreaming of the occasional trip to France or to Japan. And what if that question of, is there more to life than this? That realization that, wait a minute, I think there's something else I want. There's something more for me. There's a greater purpose for me. There's some area of my life where I could get more fulfillment than just doing this every day. What if that nudge is coming at the perfect time for you to rediscover yourself? You know, with the incredible women that I work with on a daily basis, when I first meet, a woman in dentistry who's really challenged with her happiness or fulfillment and just feeling burnt out or like she's not on the right path or there's something missing. When I ask her, what is the dream? If I could wave a magic wand, what would you most want? Many women don't know. They know what they don't want. I don't want to be stressed out. I don't want to be waking up in the middle of the night thinking about patient treatment plans or conversations I had with my team members. I don't want to be worrying about my paycheck. I don't want to be second guessing myself when I want to take time off. I don't want to constantly feel like I'm doing for everybody else. They know what they don't want. But when I ask them, what do you want? What matters to you? So often we come up with blank brain. It's an affectionate term I like to use for confusion. I don't know. We get this vast emptiness of, oh my gosh, I have no idea. And even that can feel a little bit terrifying. Wait a minute, I don't know what I want. I know what I don't want, but I don't know what I want. I don't know who I am. I don't know what matters to me. Often we find ourselves at this time in the middle of our lives. I had this question from a client recently. She said, is it just me or why am I noticing that so many women in their 40s or even late 30s are coming to a point where they're like, I don't know if this is what I want. Is this midlife crisis? And I love that question because there is nothing wrong with you. And let's change the word crisis to discovery. Midlife curiosity, midlife awareness. See, because very often we spend the first few decades of our lives really doing what we think we should be doing, what other people have told us to do. And in dentistry, that happens so easily. We get very easily put on this what's next trajectory, what's next treadmill, right? We just take our exams and take the next exam, apply to the residency program, get into the residency program. I guess I'm going to the residency program. Some of us aren't even sure if we ever even chose dentistry. I hear that from so many women who thought maybe it was my parents that chose it for me or my advisor, or maybe I just kind of fell into it. But who am I really? What do I want? I don't know. And this episode, I want to allow you and give you permission, no matter what age you are, if you are 26 or 66, it doesn't matter what age you are. If that question is coming to you now, let this be your permission to learn to know yourself. You have been doing so much for everyone else. You have been serving your patients, really leading your team, taking care of your family. Maybe you've been raising children. It makes so much sense that you put yourself aside. Maybe you squeezed in a couple massages and pedicures along the way, thinking you were doing self-care. But the real value lies in getting to know yourself. So let this nudge, this niggle, be excitement. Can we turn that term of crisis around into curiosity and awareness? Wow, now is my era. This is the era of me, where I get to discover for myself what matters most to me. And let's not blow things out of proportion. You don't have to burn the house down. You don't have to sell your practice and leave your family and run away to another state. Trust me, I did that when this happened to me. That was my experience. I thought, oh my God, my entire life's been a lie. I'm here sitting in this opulence, this wealth. I have my own practice. I have everything I could have asked for. Family, cars, clothes, significance. I have everything. I even have running water when people don't have running water. And I can eat a strawberry any day of the year when in the rest of the world, that's not possible. I have so much. Why is there something missing? And I want to give you so much grace if you feel that way. And let it be okay that now's the time to discover yourself. And it doesn't have to mean burning down the house. It doesn't mean needing to run away from everything. You have worked so hard for this beautiful career, for this beautiful practice for your family, for everything that you have around you, this car that you're sitting in maybe as you're driving. You've worked hard for this. You do not have to throw it all away. And it can still be a moment in your life of recognizing now's the time to learn about me and what matters to me. Recognizing not just what matters, but what you need. Just because you're given things doesn't mean they're what you need. Just because you've bought things doesn't mean it's what you need. Maybe you've purchased things or acquired things or asked for things, material and others, services too, and now you're realizing, oh, wait a minute, that wasn't really what I needed. I thought it was because society told me it was, or because it felt really good, little dopamine hit at the time. But now I'm recognizing it's not fueling me. It's not satisfying me. It's not serving me. Oh, can you revel in the joy of having that awareness? I want to give you permission to not be afraid of these questions. Terrified of what might live around the other corner. Does this mean I'm going to throw it all away? Does this mean I have to leave my marriage? I want to give you permission to just settle into the safety that it's okay to discover yourself. Let that beautiful awareness bring you comfort that you're now at a place, you've graduated to a new level where this is the era where you get to learn about you. Give yourself permission to be ready now, to be ready to listen to what you need. And let it be as simple as maybe just closing your eyes and saying, I give myself permission to discover what I need. Feel how good it feels to say that. Say it right now. Repeat after me. I give myself permission to discover what I need. I give myself permission to discover who I am. I give myself permission to learn what matters most to me. See, because here's the truth. You don't need that permission from anybody else. So often, we've been leaning outside of ourselves to get permission. We need permission from the bank to get a loan. We need permission from our patients to treat them. We need permission from our team members to hire them. We need permission from, it goes on and on and on. We feel like we need permission from our peers to wear the clothes that we're going to wear. I need permission from, my society to show up the way I want to show up, drive the car. We feel like we need permission and approval from someone else. And the truth is, you don't need anyone else's permission to start listening to yourself, to start learning who you are. Allow this to be exciting. Maybe you can even imagine yourself like a child again, with curiosity. Our children have so much room to learn about what they want in their lives. We let them play soccer for the first time, and you don't love soccer? Okay, let's try gymnastics. What if you gave yourself permission to let this be the era of learning about you, discovering what you love? And what if you even gave yourself permission to have changed your mind? You are allowed to change your mind. So interesting. The other day, my daughter and I went out for boba. Have you guys ever had bubble tea? I love it. It's my favorite thing to do with my daughter. So we have this place we go to, and we were ordering it, and I was getting an Earl Grey tea with lavender and these boba. They're tapioca pearls. They're delicious. And I said, please, no sweetener, nothing sweet in there, because those tapioca pearls have some sweetness in them. And she said to me, Mom, I noticed you always ask for no sugar, no sweetener. Do you not like sugar? And I said to her, no, I love sugar. I have such a sweet tooth. She said, Mom, I've noticed you don't eat a lot of sugar. I said, wow, you're right. And I realized I've changed my mind. I used to love a lot of sugar. And now I don't anymore. And what freedom that is to allow myself to change my mind. That is not who I am anymore. And trust me, I used to crave sugar all the time. And something in me just didn't allow myself to change the knowledge of who I am. that is no longer who I am? What if we gave ourselves that freedom in all aspects of our lives? Maybe you've been dressing a certain way, or maybe you've been thinking a certain way, or speaking a certain way. And what if you gave yourself permission to change, to get really curious? Is that even serving me anymore? I was going to yoga every Tuesday for 10 years, but is that even serving me anymore? I was running and doing HIIT workouts for 5 years. Is that even serving me anymore? What is it that I want? I was working 5 days a week in my dental practice, and now I'm realizing I think I want something different. I want to give you this permission to change your mind and to get curious about who you really are now, because that's all that matters. It doesn't matter what you chose yesterday or the day before or 10 years ago. You get to choose anew. But the first question is, who are you? What do you stand for? What do you love? What matters most to you? And these questions require space and time. Yes, they can be pondered on the way to work, in the car. I love doing that. But what I find is the most rewarding is when I give myself a good swath of time, beyond obligations, when I can just shut everything down, when nobody needs me, and give myself that time and space to say, what is it that I want? And give myself lots of room to discover. But the most important thing is giving yourself that permission. Now, I know many of you know that I have a retreat coming up for women in dentistry. It's coming up on April 10th through the 13th. And this Empower Her retreat is exactly why I created these experiences, was because I recognize how many women in dentistry are feeling this way, feeling this sense of, I don't know if I'm living in an authentic life that's true to me, because I don't know who I am. And I just want to let you know that is completely okay, that having that question is the very first step to self-discovery. But what it requires is permission and a sense of grace around it, a sense of softness and love. I'm going to love myself through this instead of fearing it. Can you allow yourself to get curious? One of my clients was saying to me recently, I haven't understood myself because I've been so busy for so long in my career, taking care of my kids. I haven't taken the time to get to know me. You deserve to give yourself the time to get to know you. If finding support and guidance in that, in finding a space and time away from the hustle bustle, and really support around asking the right questions and giving you the space, the music, the intention, the workbook. If you need that guidance, then the Empower Her retreat is exactly for you. So you can find out more information at empowerherretreat.org, or check the link in the show notes, or just send me a message, Tarryn@drtarrynmccarthy.com, and let me know that you're having these same questions for yourself. And more than anything, give yourself grace, because this is the moment of excitement. This is when you get to discover who you are. And there's such beauty and power on the other side, because when you feel good about yourself, that is when you can do incredible things in this world. Bye-bye. Thank you for listening to the Business of Happiness podcast. If this episode brought you new perspective and value, I invite you to subscribe so that you catch all upcoming episodes, and leave us a review. And if you know of a friend or colleague who could benefit from this perspective, share this episode with them and empower their day. For more information about the Business of Happiness and the Radical Happiness for Practitioners course, find me on www.thebizofhappiness.com. See you there.